Okay, so now we're going to be looking at how to multiply polynomials, but this time it's going to be a binomial times a trinomial. So you can still use the distributive property if that's the way you want to use it. So FOIL, we're just going to have an extra term in there. Or you can still use the grid method, but instead of a tic-tac-toe board, you need to make a bigger grid. So instead of a 2x2 grid, you need to do a 2x3 grid. So let me show you by the distributive property, or actually I'll set up the grid first. So if that's something that you want to do, I'm just going to draw a box rather than the grid because it'll get too many lines all over the place. So let's take a look at this. I'm going to put my x and my positive 2 here. So you can put plus 2 if you want, but make sure you put your x here and your 2 here. And then we have our 3x squared minus x. You do have to write the minus just so you remember it's negative. And then plus 1. So if you like the grid or box method, you can go ahead and fill this out right now. If you like to distribute, just distribute the x to the first term. So that would be 3x to the third. Distribute the x to this x. So it would be minus x squared. And then you've got to distribute a third time x all the way to the 1. So x times 1 is just x. So that's like the FOIL part. You've just got to distribute it 3 times. Now, if you're still doing the distributive property, now you're going to distribute the 2. So that's plus 6x squared. Distribute the 2 to the minus x, so minus 2x. And then distribute the 2 to the plus 1, so you get plus 2. So this is what you would get if you are doing the distributive property or FOIL. And then let me show you the grid. I'm going to switch pens because I feel like mine's getting ready to run out. So you'll do x times 3x, so that's 3x to the third. So that's what we did with this first arrow. So that's the same thing here. So whether you choose the distributive property or the box method or the grid method, you're going to get the same answers. And then we have minus x squared and then an x. So everything I have here in this top row is the same at the beginning of my answer when I FOILed it. Now I'm going to distribute the 2. So we get 6x squared minus 2x and a positive 2. So again, you'll see everything in the box is also what I got here when I FOILed it. All right, now if you're doing the box method, you're going to notice that these two terms you can combine, and that's the same terms here and here. So when you FOIL it, they're just not right next to each other, but if you use the box method, they are. You can also combine these two terms and these two terms. So either method, again, is fine. The final answer would be 3x to the third plus 5x squared minus x. So I'm trying to read over my hand. So 3x third, that's a 5x squared, that's a minus 1x, and then plus a 2. So that's how you're going to do a binomial times a trinomial. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video now because I know you guys like shorter videos, but I want you to go ahead and try number 2, and then we'll check it together in class. All right, great job. Good luck.